Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Omoyele Sowore. It's audio room reaching you again from Abuja this morning. Today's the gubernatorial election for Osun State, and I'm here to just remind us once again that these election cycles and processes are just a big reminder as to the reason why we should be ready for a future that would guarantee progress in our country. I have no doubt that a winner will be declared at some point today, or an inconclusive election might be declared as well. But even when they say elections are inconclusive, a winner has already emerged, decided by the powers that be. So I'm just very sad that one of the worst parties will win today again in Osun State. And this is the usual story of the Nigerian electoral system. So I know some of you might be heading out to the elections and may not be available to participate in today's audio room. I just want to make it as short as possible, as because of time and the need to focus on the election, whether we like it or not. So thank you so much for joining me today. For some reason, I think there's a technical problem here that I'm not seeing those who have joined. So I'll wait around and see if this problem will resolve and we can just go ahead and talk. Thank you. Just let's see how this is going. Yeah. All right. Yes, I see 45 people have joined. I think there was some delay. And out of the 45, already 2 speakers have indicated interest in speaking. If you hear some background noise, it's because we don't have electricity and I have to sit under a tree to talk to you today. So, yes, some people are joined as listeners here today. And I see Prince Fagbenro, Shigo, Adekami, Akinfenwa, Olumide, Sami, Oluwaduro, Stephen, Adedoyin, Princess, Shegun, Akinola, Grace, Arewa Jesu, Arewa Jesu, yes, Miracle, Richard, Joshua, Comp, Admiration, Efosa, Konde, Adeniji, Yamu, Emma, Obafemi, Sunday, Uchewa, Olas, Kingsley, Adedoyin, Elori, Smart, Odun, Ro, T, and D. These are some of our friends who have joined today. And I'm also inviting Gustin Kenny, who's indicated interest in speaking. I earlier approved of 2 other people, but they haven't been able to join. I think they have network issues. All right, we have 52 persons, now 50. You can share this, by the way, so that we can get to as many people as possible. It's going to be a short one. Let's say that in advance. We're discussing Osun election and why nothing will change in terms of the social political condition of Osun State and elsewhere in Nigeria, because these elections are foreclosed due to fraud and manipulation and vote buying. So, Godstand Kenny, you're there. Kenny, we can take you right away if you're available. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Very good morning to you.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be in your audio room this morning here to discuss about this election. Just like you have captioned this audio room meeting, that definitely one of the worst party will be winning, as usual,
Yes.
because they've always employed various format for them to find their way through to the position of power. We saw what happened in Ekiti. In fact, I was made to know that the three major political parties participated in what actually brought the APC candidate into power, which is vote buying. And this is what I keep saying, that if they feel that they performed very well, why would they have to
By
go through
vote.
that?
Yeah.
Go through that means to induce people to vote for them, and of which they've actually brought the people into the situation that they can hardly reject what they are offering to them for their purpose. They brought poverty, they brought inconvenience. I mean, kind of lifestyle that people never envisaged for. And that very instant gratification would definitely change people's mind to vote
Mm.
for them. And that's why the issue of election in Nigeria cannot just be rescued so soon because of some of these things that are happening. And definitely, what will happen in Osun will be what have been happening. It's either going to be the dancer or the corrupt APC personality that would take off the position. I just want to appeal to the senses of some of Nigerian youths to ensure that they put their future into consideration and make wise decisions, not just because somebody is offering them money. And my advice goes beyond the Nigerian youths also. Electorate that are sensible, that knows what is good for what they're anticipating for in the future should just make their decision and vote away all these evil and corrupt political parties, especially the two major parties, PDP and APC. And I want to sincerely thank you, sir, for making some of us to be conscious of these things. Because if not because people like you stepped out and gave us the courage to start speaking, definitely probably would be on their side. But thankfully, you have given us the path and the way, the light for us to walk in through, and we pray that we'll continue to follow this footstep. And someday, and which is uh, very soon, Nigeria will wake up and take the future in their hand and decide for who to lead them appropriately to the destination we are looking forward to. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And for those who might, thank you, Kenny. For those who might be wondering if or why AAC is not participating in the election, I just need to explain to you, because I'm sure some of you will be like, oh, you are here discussing election and you're supposed to be participating. Well, as I've repeatedly told you here on this platform and elsewhere, we, the authentic owners of AAC, just took back the party on June 3rd, 2022. Before then, the usurpers, the people who hijacked our party, had chosen in conjunction with INEC, in collaboration with INEC, they had chosen a completely unknown person to us in the party. So When our party was restored back to us, we went back to INEC to change the candidate, but they claimed that the electoral process period had elapsed, and as a result, they cannot reopen and organize for us a different primaries. I mean, help organize and recognize the candidate. So we decided to opt out because we don't know the person. It's the same thing they did in Ekiti. We decided to opt out because we don't know these characters that are there. So when you say that we are not participating, it's because we don't participate election with strange people that we don't know. So I just want that to be out there as well. I'm inviting Latif or Detunde to join us and speak up.
Good morning, sir. I'm sorry. I want to ask, and I'm sorry to say this. You just said now that and the INEC and other parties they choose someone for AAC in Osun State to be the candidate. I'm worried. Why is it like that? Is it that I'm sorry, is it that the party lacks organization or something? I'm sorry, there's noise. I'm at the polling unit. I
Okay,
don't know. Is it that
that's fine. That's fine. I maybe because of the noise in the polling unit, you didn't hear what I said clearly.
okay?
The party was hijacked by some
Yeah.
people in 2019.
Okay.
The government hijacked the party, put some strange persons as the leader of AAC. We went to court, and we were in court for 3 years until June 3rd when the usurpers were ejected from the party. By
Okay.
then, they had already chosen someone who we don't know, and this had a connivance of INEC. So there's no way we can. What the only solution was for us to have changed that candidate, but we couldn't because INEC said they had closed the primaries, they had closed their portal by the time we won that election. And that election was just a few weeks away. That's what I reported, and I thought maybe you didn't hear that clearly.
Okay, I've heard you, sir. I've heard you. I've heard you.
All right,
Thank
thank you very much. Well, we are not shown today, right?
you. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, vote your conscience. Vote for.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You can share this. Like I said, it's going to be a very short one. We're discussing Australian elections today, and if you want to speak, please indicate as you know the button to press, and you'll be brought on the speaker's podium to speak. But in the meantime, you can keep sharing this so that more people can join us. Today is Saturday. It's gubernatorial election in Osun State. And I just want to say to you that you are free to join this platform now and partake in this conversation. It's just been brought to my attention that there's an error on the headline, so we were trying to correct it. Please, if you see it, don't be offended. These devices we use these days, you will write something by the time you're about to post that's changed to something else. So, but if you're there and you want to contribute, please raise up your hand and please contribute, and let's talk about this issue of how Nigeria is going and the criminal activities of our leaders in manipulating elections, and why we must prepare ourselves for the future. When I say future, is that this ultimately will lead to a showdown. When I mean showdown, real showdown between the people that are in charge of these processes and those who have been manipulating it, and the people who are tired of them. This is obvious that it's a matter of time that this will happen one of these days. So I've seen somebody who's indicated, I think this is Ayogo Sunday, AJ4, bringing you on a platform, introduce yourself, and go straight to the point. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Ayobi.
you,
Go
Ayub.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Ayogu calling from Lagos. Speaking from Lagos, sorry. Yes, regarding the election in Osun State, I think it will not be different from the same manipulation that has been taking place from the inception of the so-called democracy since 1999. Where some group of people who have refer to themselves as the owners of the political system in Nigeria come together to decide who is the winner even before the election. As we all know, there are some cabals in this country that will tell you that whatever you do, no matter how much you spend, no matter the campaign you do, no matter how real you are or how people's oriented you are, so person is going to be the winner, and you end up seeing that person being the winner just because he's one of the, he's being sponsored by one of the cabals. So looking at what is happening in Osun State, I think it is time for the youth to wake up, because gradually Nigeria is metamorphosing to a failed nation if it has not even failed. But with the effort of the youth, if the youth can stand and say no to these blood-sucking demons in our society, I think we can still revive our country. So I think this Osun election is going to serve as a test to the youth. Let us actually see if what we are talking about is going to work out. I think this will be as a kind of test run to the power and the determination of the youth. Let's see if truly the youth can stand up and say enough is enough for this so-called godfatherism that has eaten us so deep in this country. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. This is all I have to say for now.
I want to know if our host is still hearing us.
Hello? Yes, I'm here. My microphone. Yes, my microphone. I'm saying if you want to join us, please feel free to join here. Just indicate by pressing the button, and we'll bring you aboard. God send can you urgently.
Yes. Yes, we were not hearing you for a very long time. I thought maybe you were not aware that you were not unmuted. So that's why I came back. All right, quickly, I will just add one or two things before I return back to the
They will call
listening.
you. Like I said, this is not a long one, so
Wow, I think we're having network connection issues. I can hardly hear you from my side here. Or could it be from my hand? I can't hear you.
invite speakers anymore. Yeah, there are technical problems here. I think on this. All right, I see Babajide Oguneko. Babajide, are you there? I've invited you if you're there, Babajide. Okay. This is definitely so. Okay, Babajide has just been invited and he hasn't joined us. This is this is a major tech. Okay, Gani, you are there. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, good morning, sir. This is Babajide.
There was a technical problem. Yes. Babajide, go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning. This is Babajide. Yes,
Go ahead,
I
please. You're welcome.
I really thank you so much for this opportunity once again. So I think I have the opportunity to talk on this platform last week, and I'm happy to be on this platform again this week. But one thing I just want to notify you is that this meeting that normally took place online, I mean this chat, is more or less like we don't get notification. Are you? We don't get notification for it most times,
I'm
and
here.
I think more people are not aware of it. So I believe there should be a leaflet so that we can invite more people. A leaflet, just like always, maybe if because sometimes I just tune in around 7 o'clock in the morning to listen. But sometimes I just find out you're not online. But maybe until one or two people invited me, that's when I get the notification. Mostly sometimes Facebook don't notify these things to people. So I just want to call your attention to that.
We'll rectify that.
So if you can get the leaflet or that leaflet, so that will be helpful.
Good morning, everybody.
We'll do.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Omoyele, I would like to have a one-on-one chat
so
with you. I would like to have one-on-one chat with you on the way forward. Yeah, I've been your fan for a very long time, and I've been following your movement. And in fact, I sponsor a page.
Yes,
I sponsor a page because of my likeness and my fond of what you are doing. But I think there's we need to change some mode of operation. You are dealing with the devil. You want to dine with the devil. You cannot dine with the devil without being, financially stable. Most of your, let me put it this way, most of our followers don't even know what it takes to take the power from the wealthy idiots, because they have cornered all our natural resources, all our commonwealth, to oppress us, to control us, and to perpetuate themselves in power. Yeah, you cannot do it outside the system. We have to do it inside the system. We have to join them. We have to be in. You can imagine if you are a member of APC in your ward, you are sitting down there, and a foolish man in Abuja will give an instruction that they should send a list of who's going to represent them, and would they be able to send a non-entity? It's not possible. So we have to work within the constitution. Even if we want to change the constitution, we have to work within the constitution. We have to be on ground. We have to be in every ward. It's not by forming a party we cannot financially finance. You know what it takes to be a president of Nigeria financially, to be a governor in Nigeria. The poverty has ruined everybody. It has made them to sell their conscience. It's just a way of survival for them. Someone doesn't know how to eat the dinner, and you're offering me 5,000 naira for a vote, he will do it. It's about consciousness. It's about enlightenment. We need to, be on ground. Those of us that can afford to be a leader in our wards, we need to be there. We can't just be on the social media and be shouting. No, it doesn't work like that. I would like to have a one-on-one with you. When I say one-on-one, I mean it. So that we can look at the mode of operation. We cannot work outside the system. We have to work within the system. We have to beat them in their game. That is my submission this morning.
Thank you very much. I have Comfort here. Comfort, are you there? Hello, Comfort. Good morning. Hello, Comfort. I don't think she can hear us. Change listener. Hello, Comfort. Are you there? I think Ayogu wants to come back and say something. I've just asked Ayogu to come back. Okay, he's left. I think network is really a problem today. So, Comfort, are you there? All right. Others, if you want to join us, please indicate. As I said, it's going to be a short one this morning, and I'll be taking more callers and commentators as we prepare to wrap up, because today is Osun Election, and I think so many of you are following it, or some of you are there. So it's really nice to have this short conversation this morning. If you want to speak, you know what to do. But let me just respond briefly to what Brother Gani just said, that you must work within the system to change things. I don't think he's wrong, but I also don't agree with him that this is the only way to change the system. A lot of people have gone into the system, and the system has swallowed them up. So I, for instance, cannot join APC. Even if I join APC in my ward and I'm the most brilliant person, they will never send me to be a representative of my community, because the person who's going to make the choice that will send you is also as idiotic as their leaders. So do you think there are no professors in APC? They have. Well, how did someone like Adamu become chairman of APC? It's because those are the dregs of the society that run things in Nigeria. That's one area where I agree with you. But I do not think I agree with the fact that all of us must train them. I see Akin Bonegun. I don't know if you accepted, uh, but I saw you earlier. Akin Bonegun. I think it's dropped off. Comfort, if you're there. Comfort, are you still there? If Comfort can't speak, or are you good? I see you are back. Do you want to contribute something?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead. Yes.
Yes. Thanks for the second opportunity given to me. I think the first one I were experiencing a network problem, and my coming back was actually as a result of the man who was requesting that you allow him to have one-on-one conversation with you regarding how to actually, go about bringing these people to their kneel. According to him, there are certain things that has to be put in place. There are certain approaches that has to be amended, which I totally agree with him, because like he said, these people have succeeded in holding the entire 200 and something million people to ransom. And as we speak today, if we don't stand up against them, we will end up running away from our country. And like my younger one in US, we always say, he will say, brother, there is nowhere like Nigeria.
That's true.
And anytime he says that, I do ask him a question. I say, when last were you in Nigeria? He will tell me 3 was heaven compared to what
Compared to now.
it is today. Yes, of course.
That's
So
true.
I happens to be one of those young men in Nigeria who have dared, who have prayed and worked towards, the betterment of this country, but it's not really working. It's not working. Those days we keep telling people that the leaders are leading us to a place, to a bottomless pit. As a Christian, there's a place I've come across in the Bible that is called bottomless pit. I don't know if it is. So that is where they are leading us to, and we are some kilometers away from that bottomless pit.
Well, the
So,
problem
I
with
think,
bottomless pit is that you don't actually hit the bottom. You just keep going. So
thank you.
that's. And I agree with you. It's true. I wanted to quickly say that for Gani, when he said we should meet one on one, I thought the conversation will happen behind the curtain.
I agree with you. I
Yeah,
agree with you.
you can DM me and we can arrange that. Glad we
Good,
didn't
good.
address that.
If I am
But
giving that,
I just
if
wanted to also clarify some of the things he said.
okay,
Uh,
so
why don't you hang around and let's take Akin? Just hang around on the speaker's podium.
It's
And
okay.
if you want to come back, just tap your microphone twice. I'll see it and call you back.
All right.
Akin, are you there? Akin Bonagun.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Are you
Can
the
you
Akin?
hear me?
Are you the Akin Bonagun I went to school with Unilag?
Yes.
No,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
We
So it's good to listen to you.
yes.
And what you've been doing, I so much appreciate it. But like the two gentlemen who spoke earlier spoke, there has to be a change of tactics. These guys cannot be overwhelmed this way. The process has been skewed to a situation whereby only one of them will always emerge. And these people have no idea. The problem is not even that they are coming there, they have no ideas. Now, look at it this way. Before Atiku was there, I mean, before Buhari came, Jonathan was clueless and he couldn't achieve anything. We went to the lowest help. Buhari took over, is worse. Any one of them coming again will be worse. So we have to change ideas. We have to contest election to win election. Otherwise, I don't think there will be any more Nigeria in 15 years' time. The way I look at it. And what pains me is that
I had the opportunity of traveling out of the country once or twice before. I see these guys, they see the amenities there. To enjoy some of these amenities doesn't cost a fortune, but yet they will just not do the right thing because of insatiable greed for wealth. Insatiable greed for wealth. So those guys who say they want to see you, I think I agree with them. If they have ideas, let them bring the ideas to the table and let us cross fertilize ideas and let us see where we are going to get. This election coming next year, I don't see us getting anything because these guys have perfected their style. If you look at what happened in Ekiti, Ekiti votes were bought. Now, Osun today votes will be bought again. So I don't know. We seriously need to sit down and talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bunex. I really
Yes.
appreciate your comment today, and it's nice to hear your voice again. We for listeners, uh, Akin Bunegun was a classmate. It wasn't you weren't my classmate. You actually uh, was a year ahead of us, and you know, a very interesting time for us. But one thing I wanted to let you also know is that when we arrived at the University of Lagos, we were having almost the same problem we are having now with Nigeria, which is we had a reactionary set of student leaders who were only answerable to the school authorities. And we had to move in there and change it. It almost cost us our life. But by the time we were leaving Unilag, Unilag had become one of one of the best campuses for activism on Nigeria. And our efforts in those days eventually delivered democracy to the country called Nigeria. We weren't that plenty, but we risked everything: expulsion, attacks by fellow students, victimization by school authority, and detention by the government. But somehow we navigated through that period. I don't want us to keep feeling helpless. I completely understand that we have gotten to a point where what is abnormal everywhere else has been normalized in Nigeria. We are in 2022. We are so helpless that we are looking up, forward to another failed experiment of old people with no ideas, greedy men and women, and people with analog brain sets, going to hijack again through the back door the leadership of the country. What I hope that will become our response is that we will not accept this. I refuse to accept that in 2023 we would be stuck with one of these useless leaders once again. But as I've said, I'm totally open to meetings, putting new ideas on the table. Where I might have slight disagreements is for anybody to recommend that I go and join them. I will not join them. I refuse to join them. I know how the likes of Festus Keyamo joined them, and it's, let's go and change it from the inside. The inside is a cemetery. You walk in there, you don't get out the same way you went in there. So if you went there, if you went in there solid, you become liquid by the time you get out, and eventually you become tossed into the dustbin of history. And we must not accept this. As South Africans, we did not accept it under apartheid. In the US, blacks did not accept it under segregation. And everywhere else in the world, there's been resistance against this form of abnormal leadership. Because like you said, imagine that you cannot even, change your country to do some of the simplest tasks. You can't have leaders who can construct roads that they budgeted for and they've been given the money to do. Instead, they will divert the money to go and build themselves personal estates, use the money made for education to send their own children to school while they close down universities for months, and their children are doing very well. Monies made for hospital are diverted to treat their personal illnesses. and those of their families. Money meant for agriculture are diverted to buy SUVs instead of tractors. Monies that are meant for technology are diverted so that the country does not enjoy or participate in the technological progress that has visited the world. So it's painful, and you know that some of you may not have had a chance to travel abroad. Though some of us did, and we saw how things are working elsewhere and decided to come back. It's a very difficult thing to just wake up one day and say, I want to go and suffer. When you had an opportunity to just stay and enjoy yourself, drive around on good roads, go to good hospitals when you fall sick, have your dignity respected, and just live a generally good life. Some of us decided and abandoned that and said, we can't let this happen. It's a generational task, and I hope people don't find themselves completely helpless. And I don't blame those of you who keep feeling helpless. When we were leaving the University of Lagos, Bodego, I'm sure we thought that everything would be all right after we finished school. But it hasn't been. It hasn't been for many of our colleagues. In fact, most of those people who graduated in the 90s are still in search of jobs, and they are in their 50s and 60s now. Never worked before, never had a good life, and they are approaching what could have been retirement. So how are they going to survive? So whatever we can rescue out of this, we must do it. It's a task that must be done. Thank you, Akin. I'm so excited to hear from you. And I hope also you can send me your number through DM. That's the direct message on Facebook, so I can talk to you. Comfort, if you've not had a grip of your microphone, maybe you can open it and make your contribution. Comfort. Still no word. Olakunle, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you get closer to the microphone? I think your mic is a bit far from you. Or
yeah, I'm here. I'm with the phone.
go ahead,
Good morning.
please. Where are you calling from or joining us from? And
good morning, Mr. Sowore.
good morning.
I am calling from Ogun State. Songo side precisely.
All right.
Yeah, we really have terrible roads in Songo. I know you know about it.
Oh, I have been making contributions on online to make sure that the road there is fixed. Interestingly, I actually lived in Songota before I attended the University of Lagos.
Oh.
So I used to live there, so I know the place a little well. I spent about a year and a half in Songota before I eventually traveled to the University of Lagos.
Really, what I would really like to chip in is just little. This AAC of a thing, I think we really need to have how can I put it, a grassroots base, because I'm not really feeling it around this axis at all. We are hearing we really need to put all these people out, because we are tired of promising. They've been promising since all this. Look at what Tinubu was saying when Buhari was coming in. But now we are still repeating the same thing again. He's still repeating it. I'm going to give you light, give you roads. So which we believe in our new generation. But I believe we need to go to the grassroots. We really need to chip into the grassroots. I'm not really feeling it here, especially around these songs here. The only thing you hear is PC and this their fucking PDP of a thing. So we are not really feeling it. I don't know how we can do it so we can really mobilize people. I don't know how we can do it. I'm not even in support of you joining them or something. Let's have our own base. Let's really have our own base so that we can put these people, we can push them out.
Thank you very much. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, very good to hear from you. We will address that. Like I told you, we didn't get our party back until about a month and a few days ago. they really just they let try to take over the party. We got it back. But work is going on. But as you know, we can all start organizing around the grassroots area on our own. Yes, because if you object to the system, you must do every little thing you can to change it, regardless of where you may find yourself. But I thank you very much for your coming on today. Wasi, can you please, if you can hear me, just take it away.
Yes, I can hear you, Baba Show. This is my name from Brisbane, Australia.
Okay, you're welcome.
So,
it must be like evening in Australia now.
Yeah, it's around 7. It's 7 p.m. over here.
Wow, which city are you in Australia?
Brisbane, Queensland.
Oh yeah. I spent some time there in 2018, 2019 election.
That's true. Yeah, you came here in 2018,
yeah.
but I was in Northern Territory then, so yeah, I couldn't join the meeting. So
yeah, and I used to say before you speak, I used to say like how you will fly over Australia, and Australia is probably maybe 4 times bigger than Nigeria, or even more. It's a whole continent.
That's right.
And,
that's right.
And
that's
how
right.
organized Australia is amazing. It's unbelievable. And politicians there are more interested in what they can do for the people than what the people can do for them. If there's going to be like resources to steal, places like Australia will be a place to get a lot of money and go and stash abroad. But they don't. They're so organized. They're a federation. I remember like when I was leaving Brisbane, and we're coming to Port Pets, and we're told that you can't even bring bananas on those sides of town to Pets.
You can't.
if they don't approve of it. That's the real federation. But this beauty of the place is like it's just the organization. You see that some people are working for their people, as opposed to here where the leaders are working against the followers. Go ahead, Wasi. I just wanted to.
All right, thank you very. Yeah, thank you very much, Babasho. The only thing I just want to say is that I'm pretty sure this also goes to a lot of people on this platform. We don't really get any notifications. Like right now, I'm just scrolling through my Facebook and I come across that you are already online. There's no notification coming up that you are going online. That's just what I want to say. The same thing happened last week, just to let you know.
I appreciate this, and we will be doing that. We'll at least give you 1 hour notification where we want to go.
Be awesome.
Because sometimes we are responding to the things, and we're on the road a lot. But I thank you, and I take that advice, and we will be notifying you going forward.
Thank you very much.
But just know that we do them on weekends, sometimes Saturday, and we have brought back the couch, which is going to restart very. But I really appreciate hearing from you, and say me well to everybody right there in Australia. I know how you guys feel. I used to feel something when I lived in the US. If I see good roads, I'm always wondering if it's possible to just carry it to Nigeria. If I see like nice housing estate, I was like, is it possible to put in an envelope and just take to Nigeria so that I can go back home? But I know most of you want to come back to your country. There's nothing like
right.
The truth.
It's tiring.
But who wants to come to this broken space? And they keep breaking it. Like Kayogu said earlier, Nigeria of 3 years ago is like paradise in 2022. Things get worse every day. And we know the cause of it is because of these crazy criminal leaders we have in this country. Thank you, Wasi.
The funny thing is that over here they just concluded the general election to elect another prime minister. And it's not like the former prime minister wasn't doing very well. He was doing like very, very active, and it was loved by a lot of people. But people just want more, and the opposition, they want to do more, and he got kicked out. And the general election came up, and people just voted for another party, and everything was awesome. And 2018 when you came here, I saw the video you made. I think you were going for a run at somewhere around
In
Springwood,
fact, yes,
and you
yes.
did a video. You did a video in this, I think, in this train station or bus station. You were like, people see this, look
The
at this.
video
It's
everywhere.
yeah,
It was so unbelievable how Pep was. I didn't want to leave. That was how lovely it was. So I woke up in the morning. I ran beside the lake there, and then there's an elevated like a mountaintop place we went to. Everything was just like let's say near perfect. And I'd seen the same thing in other places in the world. And when I was in Brisbane too, I was running in the morning all by myself, a stranger. I just woke up from the hotel and put on my running gear and started running. When I ran up to a point in Brisbane, I think buses and trains were waiting on the street for people. They had on the bus stop arrival time.
that's right.
I
That's
I
right.
stood there and made a video. That arrival time does not get late by 30 seconds. I was there. 30 seconds. Even if they have nobody to carry, they will arrive at the exact time they put on the wall there, and they leave at the time they said they are leaving. I stood there and did some videos. I'm sure you must have seen them.
Yeah, I've seen it. I watch it
There's
because
no
that
there's
was
no even
my
public
suburb. Yeah.
transportation in Nigeria. The only one they have that goes from Abuja. I've never taken myself. So let me just once again for Dollar
Thank you very much.
Do. I think you spoke last time. Bringing you back. Yes, Dollar. Can you?
Hello. Yeah, it's Dollar from Leeds.
Yes, Dollar. Please take it away.
Yeah, it's not so much a question. It's just to express shock or a comment, really. Why do Nigerian politicians always feel like they have to go and pay homage to that deity, Babangida in Mina, every time? Is it to get advice on how to rule a country or on how to embezzle? Because it doesn't, I don't understand exactly why they will go to characters like Babangida, they'll go to Obasanjo. Is it that when Nigerians see them with these people, they get all excited and say, oh, this person ruled Nigeria very well, so they've gone to take advice from him? Because to me, it seems that same thing might then continue, and people will start going to Buhari. Because I was alive during Obasanjo Operation Feed the Nation, that is now Otta Farms. I was alive when there was a report about the Gulf War windfall that Babangida's regime totally stole. And people are going to them and people are getting excited about it. Is there something there that, it's just shocking, really. But another thing I just wanted to add quickly before I go off.
Let me respond to that. Let me respond to that. There is a mental disease or psychological disorder known as Stockholm syndrome, right? I don't know if you've heard about it. Where people
there's a movie about it actually.
having been victimized over these years, over a long period of time, start to fall in love with their oppressors. The person that is causing them pain then became their friend, and this is and they worship them, and this is for me why I keep telling people that I can never go with some of these candidates, because I know what is going on in the background. I have sufficient information. When you see a candidate just show up from nowhere, they are planted in the system by the Babangidas of this world, by the Obasanjos of this world, and they give them conditions. One of the conditions is you must come and visit me so that the whole world know that I'm the one who has blessed you. So you must make a pronouncement that we will not probe. Because imagine that Abacha, who died in 1998, we are still recovering money from him. If we have a leader in this country that is doing his work, we will recover more money from Babangida than we are recovering from Abacha, because Babangida had more time to steal and stole more money than Abacha. Abacha was only in power for about 5 years. Babangida was in power for 8 years. Close, was it not? 1985 to 1993. He was in power and stole and stole and stole. Obasanjo was in power for 8 years. In addition to his military years, they stole and stole and stole. So they don't like an idea of somebody coming who they cannot control. So what they do is that they have turned themselves into political kingmakers. So from time to time, they come around and say to the people, this is the person we are imposing on you. Choose one. Choose one of the devils. And nothing else matters. But you see, it's very dangerous that people also will fall for these tricks. And that is why I said there's a major Stockholm syndrome in Nigeria. I have contested, this is my second contest. Never. In 2018, I was invited several times by people who say, let's go and see Obasanjo. I said, I'm never going to see Obasanjo. I don't have anything in common with him. I would rather lose the election than to bow to Mammon of the Nigerian political system. Some advise to go and see Babangida and then just shake hands with them now. You know, these people, they still control the country. No, I'm here to overthrow them and I don't hide it. And some people have blamed me and say, well, maybe you should not say that you will probe them. They know that I will. They knew me from secondary school. They knew me, from the university. They know where I stand. You understand? So it is, their plan this time is what is manifesting. They have decided that they want to choose a candidate for the youth so that the anger of the youth can be doused through a candidate that's acceptable to them. And that is what we are seeing. That's why you see, I've gone to visit Babangida. You know, there are other factors that, will reveal itself later. Because some of these political operators we are seeing, they have been with them for long. They were the ones who groomed them to become, they started with doing some stuff with them. They started with using them for money laundering, carrying drugs. So it's not new that they keep pulling out of this class of young people they groomed to now impose them on the Nigerian people. But I can guarantee you that I would never go to Babangida's house for endorsements. I would never go to Obasanjo's house for endorsements. If I have to go to traditional rulers, they have to be the ones that respect what we stand for and not the ones who you wait for hours and then they'll come, and then when it's the other criminal candidates, they go and wait for them at the airport. But when it's the genuine candidates, they ask you to come to their palace and be kneeling down and rolling on the floor when they have already sold their soul to the system. Or, pastors who will ask you to come and see them, but before you can see them, you must stay in their hotel. Those are experiences I had in 2019, and the hotels are with cockroaches, but they will charge you money for 5-star hotel rooms because it is business. I'm just revealing all these things to you to let you know that the Nigerian people must also change their mindset. But because the issue of poverty was a weapon they have used over time to ensure that people don't have dignity, they have lost their self-respect, and anytime we want new direction, they hijack it because they control the economy, they control the political system, and there's a clique and a cabal that is composed of religious leaders, traditional rulers, former heads of state, former leaders, corrupt former civil
Exactly.
servants, current civil
Exactly.
servants, security agencies that keep imposing on Nigerians these terrible leaders. What we need to do, and I've said it again, and I'm glad that people are getting it clear, their eyes are getting clearer now. We need to do them what they did in Sri Lanka, until the people find themselves inside their bedrooms and their living rooms and their swimming pool. This will continue to happen. They keep choosing for us the worst amongst us and package them as the best for us. So, Laura, that's my response. I was
Thank you
supposed
very
to.
much. Much
Thank you.
appreciated. Thank you.
I appreciate it. I see Quadri Morufu here. Quadri Morufu, are you there? I've just invited Quadri Morufu to join us. And, you were trying to say something. Quadri Morufu. Shola Ogunlusi. I saw Padre Morufo and Shola Ogunlose. They haven't joined us yet, but I've invited them. I'm going to invite Quadri. Shola, are you there? Hello, Shola. Yeah, we can barely hear you. If you can speak louder, it will be good.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you now. But if you can speak a little louder, maybe you need to get closer to the microphone. It looks as if you're on the street. Are you in Osun State?
No, I'm in Lagos State.
Rivers?
Lagos, right?
Or
I'm in
Lagos?
Lagos State.
All right. You seem to be on the street somewhere.
Yeah. My children beside the road.
So let's try if we can hear you out. Let's try.
My business is beside the street in the street of Lagos. How are you doing? Thank you for the good work. Seeing you everywhere. We appreciate what you're doing. We're telling you that we are with you. We are not giving up despite the challenge, despite the persecution. We are still with you and hope that we will see a greater life soon. We hope to see a greater life soon in the country and the mindset of the people in Nigeria. We look forward to see people understanding what they want in time before it gets too late for us. Because we have to when we can reason in one direction, then it's easy for us to defeat and to move the mountain. And it's not a day war, not something that we have to organize. So we hope you continue to do more. We hope to see you. We hope to hear from you time to time. Then we are also doing our best to convince people. We are doing our best to reach our family member. We are doing our best to convince our friends to see what we have seen in you, for them to see what we also have seen in you. So that's just my contribution for today because I'll be attending to you. Customer will be coming in, so I will not be able to stay long on the call.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Shola. I've been trying to get 2 more people so that before we wrap up finally. I see Afolabi Afiz Abi Afo. Afolabi, please take it away. Yeah, looks like. Anyways, because of other engagements today, I will probably just at this point wrap up. I can't do so without thanking those of you who have joined us and been with us since we started this session. It's been a great outing as usual, and we take your suggestions seriously that when we are doing this next time, we must let people know in advance so that more people can join. I agree completely. We will inform you so that when we're doing this again, more people can really join us and have a robust conversation. But let me thank our speakers, Gani, Ayogu, Akin Bonex, Babajide, Kenny Costand. Thank you guys for showing up this morning. I want to thank Dola as well. Luasheyi Apata, Buki Adekomi, Abiodun, Odole, Ibukun, Adeyeye, Joe, Grace, Arewa Jesu, Obiye, Akim, Petrovic, who is always regular here, Ismail, who is Excel. Anthony Wasi, calling from Australia. Adeoye, Robosa, Olas, Chichi, Choosing, Joe Boy, Akini, Karo, Omolade, Ahmad, Osas, Osakwe, Iwehu, sorry, Yamu, Omo, Akonde, Steve, Gowin, Adeyeye, Ebukun, Frederick, Abiodun, Adekomi, Wale, Buki, Apata, Luashe, Prince, and if I didn't get your name, it wasn't that I deliberately didn't want to call your name. It's because technical issues are not giving me chance to see the names directly. Ruiz, I see it there. It's Joshua Abejide, thank you. Abiola, Kayode Tajudin, thank you for joining us today. It's Batus Tundes, thank you very much. Olu Toyin MC Bejide, thank you. Bashir Yahuza, thank you. Ero, you tried to join earlier, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. And I hope to see you next week again, where we discuss more about the political issues going on in Nigeria. Have a nice day. Bye for now.